Hi everyone and welcome to Deep Blend Art. I'm beyond excited to kick off our brand new playlist, The Art of Lighting, beyond just illuminating a scene, with this very first session. Today we're diving into the mesmerizing world of Rembrandt lighting using Blender, and I can't wait to create something truly special with you all. This series blends technical precision with the emotional heart of lighting, so let's get started and bring some cinematic magic to life. We're assuming you've got some Blender basics under your belt, like knowing the difference between light types, spot, point, sunlight, and navigating the interface. If you're past the absolute beginner stage, this is exactly the place for you to take your skills to the next level. Before we dive in, I want to share something from the heart. I'm just starting out on YouTube, pouring my passion into creating unique, inspiring content for you. If this journey resonates with you, your support, whether it's a like, a comment, or hitting that subscribe button, means the world. It's like fuel for my creative fire, helping me bring more tutorials like this to our Deep Blend Art community. Let's build this together. Alright, let's set the stage. In this series, we're not just covering the technical nuts and bolts of lighting in Blender, though we'll master those, no doubt. We're going deeper, exploring the mood, the vibe, and the emotional weight lighting brings to a scene. We'll break down different lighting styles, their technical setups, and the philosophy behind them. Why does a style evoke a specific feeling? How can it amplify a story or character's depth? Each session will tackle a style, dissect its execution, and apply it in Blender, blending technical and emotional insights to help you bring your projects to life. Today we're kicking things off with Rembrandt lighting, named after the legendary painter who mastered this dramatic style. If you've seen portrait photography, like those classic Porsche-style shots we often reference in our work, or cinematic scenes with a moody edge, you've likely spotted this look. Let's check out some examples. Picture images where light hits one side of the subject, often from a high angle, casting defined but soft shadows on the other side. Notice how the light shades the face, forming a small triangle of light on the shadowed cheek, just under the eye. In Blender, we'll recreate this to add depth and personality to any subject, whether it's a character, a product, or even a simple object like a flower. So what makes Rembrandt lighting tick? It's all about directional light, typically coming from one side, left or right, and positioned slightly above the subject, around a 45-degree angle. This setup creates a high contrast look with intentional shadows, not washed out by heavy fill light. If you revisit those portrait examples, you'll see this pattern. Light hits one side, shadows fall on the other, and that iconic triangle appears on the cheek. In Blender, we'll position our key light to nail these angles, keeping fill light minimal to preserve the dramatic contrast. The triangle is a telltale sign, but it's the overall play of light and shadow that defines this style. Let's dig into the why. Rembrandt lighting isn't just about looking cool, it's about storytelling through light. This style adds depth, not just visually, but emotionally, amplifying the mood of your scene. Picture a character. If they're a spy, the sharp contrast makes them feel mysterious and intense. A teacher, it lends a thoughtful, reflective vibe. Someone crying, the shadows heighten the grief, making it resonate. This works for any subject, a person, a product, an animal, or even a flower. In Blender, we use this high contrast setup to give our subjects a cinematic quality, making even a simple object feel profound. The interplay of light and shadow creates a paradoxical effect, highlighting key features while cloaking others, adding layers of meaning and emotion to your scene. Time to roll up our sleeves. For this tutorial, I'm using a fantastic free 3D model called Near Automata, licensed under CC BY 4.0, created by the incredibly talented Mathieu7. You saw it in the teaser, and it's the main model we'll light throughout this series. You can find it on Sketchfab with a simple search for Near Automata. It's a CC BY 4.0 model, perfect for our needs, and I'm so grateful to Mathieu7 for sharing it. Wherever he is, I wish him all the success. I'm also using a free concept head model from BlenderKit's license free section, which you can grab with a quick search for head in their free assets. In Blender, let's start by darkening the scene to make our lighting stand out. Add a new sunlight as your key light. Position it above and to one side of your subject, roughly at a 40 to 45 degree angle. This angle is crucial for forming that Rembrandt triangle and casting the dramatic shadows we want. Let's fine-tune our setup. If the light feels too flat or creates a square-like shadow, adjust its position in the direction of the character's head. This helps sculpt the subject, highlighting raised features like cheekbones or edges. For instance, if the light's too frontal, it might flatten the contrast, so angle it to hit the subject from above and slightly to the side. In Blender, you could switch to a spotlight for more control, but the sunlight works perfectly for now. Keep the intensity moderate. Too bright and you'll lose the moody vibe. Check your render preview to ensure the triangle forms on the shadowed side and tweak until it feels spot on. Right now, our scene has that bold, high contrast look, ideal for dramatic shots like a crime scene or a moody portrait. To polish it, let's add a subtle fill light or diffuser. In Blender, add a plane as a diffuser, position it on the shadowed side and rotate it about 90 degrees. Scale it up and adjust its distance from the subject to control the softness. This gently fills the darker areas without killing the contrast. Alternatively, add a low-intensity light on the opposite side, but keep it minimal to preserve the Rembrandt vibe. See how the diffuser softens the shadows just enough, giving the scene a refined, cinematic quality. Rembrandt lighting is incredibly versatile. It's not just for human faces. I've tested it on different subjects, and the results are stunning. Take a dog model, for example. The light hits the raised fur or snout, forming triangle-like highlights that add depth and emotion. Or try it on a sofa. The light sculpts the curves, creating a reverse triangle due to the object's shape, but still delivering that high contrast depth. Let's dive deeper into applying Rembrandt lighting specifically to our Near Automata model, which is the star of this series. Start by loading the Near Automata model in Blender, download it from Sketchfab, and darken the scene to make the lighting pop. Add a sunlight as your key light, positioning it above and to one side of the model at a 40 to 45 degree angle. This angle is critical to sculpt the model's contours, highlighting its sleek lines and intricate details. Adjust the light's position if the shadows feel too flat or blocky. Angle it slightly to the side to emphasize raised features like the model's edges or curves. Keep the intensity moderate to maintain the moody, cinematic vibe. Check the render preview to ensure the light creates defined but soft shadows, ideally forming a triangle-like highlight on the shadowed side, though the exact shape may vary due to the model's unique geometry. To refine the look, add a subtle diffuser, place a plane on the shadowed side, rotate it about 90 degrees, and scale it to control softness. This softens the darker areas just enough to enhance the model's dynamic feel without losing contrast. The result makes Near Automata feel alive, its contours popping with a cinematic depth that draws the viewer in. To wrap up, Rembrandt lighting is your go-to for amplifying emotion and adding depth through high contrast. That triangle on the cheek is a great marker, but don't get hung up on it, especially with non-human subjects. The true power lies in the philosophy, using light and shadow to exaggerate the mood, whether it's sadness, intensity, or mystery. In Blender, nail those key angles, keep the fill light subtle, and let the contrast tell the story. This style transforms any subject, human or object, into something cinematic, turning even a simple scene into a profound visual narrative. That's a wrap for our first deep dive. I hope you're as thrilled as I am about mastering Rembrandt lighting in Blender. If this tutorial sparked some creative ideas, please hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to Deep Blend Art for more. Your support keeps this journey going, fueling my passion for crafting unique, inspiring content for our community. If you haven't checked out the playlist teaser yet, go give it a look and join me for the next session. Keep pushing the boundaries in Blender, and I'll see you soon. Take care.